Since the Parkland shooting, many of the students have become regulation advocates, confronting politicians and Second Amendment defenders / misunderstanders, and leading protests. And boy, do people hate these fucking kids. Oh man, wow. The Parkland Teens, or as Marco Rubio probably calls them at home, the snarkland means, are the talk of the very mad town. Despite the teens advocating for a wide range of proposals to keep them from not getting shot at, a lot of people seem to think that they're trying to take away everyone's Second Amendment rights, which they've never said they want to do. These punks, these bullies.
I think David Hogg is a bully.
No, wait. It's not bullying to criticize people in power. It's not bullying to be mean to people in power. Bullying is about people in power, with real power, intimidating those weaker than them. What's bullying? Some kids are mean to politicians? Or a media personality on the most watched and only president-approved news channel makes fun of a kid for not getting into college? You think it's bullying to publicly and aggressively pressure politicians? Are you a politician? It's not bullying, it's holding people in power accountable because they don't do it themselves. Since we're talking about constitutional amendments, did you know one of the first proposed wasn't ratified for more than 2.5 centuries? That amendment, recently ratified, stops Congress from giving itself a raise. They suck, and they're powerful. You can't bully them. So maybe these kids aren't bullies. Maybe you just hate them because normally gun control debates, pardon the language, die off after a few days. But because of these teens, we're forced to keep having it. And you don't want to. So you just have to, call them Hitler.
I am not comparing David Hogg to Hitler Youth at all. No comparison other than the hand and the armband.
Yes, that famous Hitler salute, holding a fist in the air.
And the gun control. That's the...
yeah.
Hell yeah. When I think gun control that many countries have, I think Nazis.
The likely socialism.
The likely socialism? First of all, the kids only ever talked about gun control, which isn't socialist. Are you assuming he's a likely socialist because kids these days want universal health care? Do you think universal health care is a sign of Nazism? I know Hitler used socialist talking points and programs in order to gain power and then do all that Nazi stuff, but you don't really think Nazis were socialists, do you? Oh, you do? You have articles and other videos on your site about how the Nazis were liberal socialists? Are we really doing this right now? Okay. It's the Nazi stuff people are mad at the Nazis for, right? And should I just say historians disagree with you and move on? Hey, you know what country has socialized medicine and isn't run by Nazis? Current day Germany. I can't believe I spent this much time on Hitler. Why do we have to talk about Hitler so much these days? God damn it. Sorry. Crowder, go on. How else is David Hogg like a Nazi?
And the policies that you're proposing, which by the way strip other people of their fundamental human rights.
Now, wait a minute. Your fundamental human right of what? Individual ownership of a gun? And this is what I'm talking about. It's something you say to stop the conversation. People say this all the time to shut it down. They refer to their God-given right, which I guess brings us to a segment we like to call your God-given right to own a piece of delicately designed and intricately crafted interlocking metal pieces that cause a small explosion in your hand that propels a smaller piece of metal forward at incredible speeds for the purposes and efficient effect of killing what you pointed at. Your God sucks. End of segment. But let's bring it home. What's the last way David Hogg is like Hitler?
In the overall demure stature with distinct lack of jawline and general malfeasance.
His general malfeasance reminds you of Hitler's general malfeasance? Right on, dude. Or wrong on.
They have accused everyone of being a Nazi for so long, including yours truly.
The boy who cried Nazi, if you will. But that's a parody of a children's book, you see. The boy can cry Nazi at every person he encounters all he wants, because we have history books to know what Nazis are and think and did. Or at least, a lot of us do. Hey everybody. Thank you so much for watching that video about all that stuff. If you liked it, like, subscribe, comment, all the YouTube things. We have a podcast called Even More News on iTunes and Google Play. And if you want more of these videos more often, support us on Patreon. The link is in the description. There's so many things in the description. Check it out. Aw.